Centering pass. Oh, what a sensational save by Ethan Laughlin.
Still loose, they score! From Allstate Arena, we are live for the SHL versus CCHL High School All-Star Face-Off right here on the SHL Network on YouTube Live. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into the broadcast alongside Rudy Hodgson and Dylan Ward down at ice level. I am Max Anderson, and we'll have all the game action for you here from Rosemont, this second annual SHL CCHL matchup. Rudy, something that since I started calling high school hockey in the area, I was calling for. We need this game, and now we get it for the second straight year.
Absolutely, and what an environment. What a barn to do it at. Allstate Arena, obviously the home of the Chicago Wolves, the CCHL, the SHL. No better venue to see these two leagues match up in an all-star game, Max.
It's an awesome venue. I know the kids just getting a chance to talk to them before the game. They're very excited getting to play on this professional rink. And Rudy, one of the things that we talked about last year, not just in the All-Star game, but also in the regular season games played here, there's a much different shooting background than these teams will see all season. Obviously, this big Allstate Arena seats about 15,000. Rather than being a wall like it is in most high school barns, it seats, it's see-through. It's a different shooting angle for these players.
The ice probably feels so much bigger for these guys, even though the dimensions are probably not that different from what they're used to. And then for the netminders, even more so, right? I mean, stop me if you've heard this before, but the netminder, the optics is going to be so much different. But for the most part, these kids are here to have fun. They're here to showcase their skills, and what better way to do it than with these two teams?
And we're going to step aside here for about 90 seconds. Let Sam Schwartz do some introductions for the players. All right, we're going to bring it right back here to the broadcast because the speakers aren't really connected up here. So we'll continue to our pregame where we left off, was really talking about the accomplishments for these players. I want to really get into the fact that with these two sides, the CCHL, SHL, the top two high school leagues in the state, the opportunity to make it here, super impressive, and clearly, validation for a lot of these players getting to this point.
Absolutely, and Illinois boasts some of the best young hockey players in the country, and here you get to see it on full display. And it's kind of a tale of two leagues, right? Because you see some crossover between the two leagues, but tonight none of that really matters. It's just about, like I said earlier, showcasing your skills and having fun in the process.
And for more on how the CCHL is going to look to even up this All-Star Series after their 6-2 loss last year, we're going to send it down to ice level where Dylan Warren standing by with St. Ignatius head coach Spencer Montgomery. Dylan.
Thank you, Max. Here with the head coach of St. Ignatius and the CCHL All-Star team, Spencer Montgomery. You were voted the 2023 CCHL Coach of the Year. What happened when you found that out?
Yeah, listen, very privileged to be a part of this league. Grateful to coach these young men, and it's always exciting to get that kind of recognition. But it's a credit to St. Ignatius and the program, but also the history of the league.
Well, here this year, you've got your St. Ignatius Wolfpack players and the Fenwick players playing on Team CCHL as opposed to the SHL. How do you think that's going to help you out this afternoon?
Yeah, listen, we want to make sure this is a competitive game. Just the fact that we play in that league, maybe we know some of their tendencies, but mostly this is a celebration of high school hockey in Illinois and the level that everyone's playing at. So, again, 60 years with the CCHL. These are the two best leagues in the state, and we're proud to be here.
All right, thanks for doing this. Good luck.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dylan. And as Dylan alluded to, if you're just tuning in and don't catch much SHL Network hockey, for the first time, you've got St. Ignatius and Fenwick that are playing in both of these leagues, obviously longtime Catholic League foes, now trying their hands in the SHL. Fenwick, it's been a rough go in the SHL. Ignatius right in the thick of the playoff hunt and looking one of the top teams in the state.
Absolutely, and it's really nothing too surprising, right? I mean, they had such a great year last year, and that's carrying into this year, and they're kind of peaking at the right time, and these players are a huge credit to that. So there is some crossover, but today they're going back to their roots, playing with the CCHL, and we'll see what they can do against the SHL tonight.
So now we're going to flip it over to the other bench where Dylan Ward standing by with the SHL head coach and SHL president, Evan Polikitis. Dylan.
Thank you, Max. Coach, Max just mentioned it, head coach of the Glenbrook North Spartans and president of this league. This is the second season in a row you've been able to get the All-Star game here at Allstate Arena. How does it feel for these players and the coaches to be playing in this big stadium?
Well, you know, first of all, it's an honor for these kids to get picked. It's really a process. It's you know, not every team gets a kid on this team, so that it begins with an honor in representing this league. And you know, we take the game pretty seriously. It's just a wonderful event. It's a celebration of hockey. The Wolves do just an incredible job for high school hockey.
And you know, you mentioned it, it's all about getting, you know, the honor of getting picked and having fun, but this is a hockey game at the end of the day. The SHL took last year's matchup 6-2. What are you looking for this today?
I just say, you know, just talking to the CCHL coaches, you know, they remember what happened last year, and that's what our words in the locker room was. You know what? Enjoy the event, breathe, take it all in, but once that puck drops, you're in for a hockey game, and I'm sure they're going to come at us, and it should be a great hockey game. There's a ton of talent out here, and it's just exciting. I mean, it's really an exciting day.
All right, thanks, Coach, for doing this. Best of luck. Guys, back up to you.
Thanks, Dylan. And Rudy, the thing that sticks out to me from both of those coaches' interviews, how excited they are. Obviously for their programs, for their kids, for the league, but for high school hockey, right? These kids that are playing for their high schools, playing for their communities, to be selected best of the best, get this opportunity. You can tell how excited they are. But at the end of the day, like both coaches said, they want to win this hockey game.
Absolutely. I mean, both leagues have taken strides in the last couple years. I mean, just a couple years, this game wasn't possible. So you got to give a hand to everyone organized and everyone that has had a hand in this event to even make it possible. So today, we get to see the best of Illinois high school hockey on full display, and I'm anticipating a very strong matchup.
So down on the ice, you'll have three goaltenders, each one of them for each side is going to get a period, as you're probably familiar with most all-star game formats. Up here, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to take play-by-play here in the first period. Rudy's going to step in, do some play-by-play in the second. Dylan Ward, I'll flip with him for the third period, head down to ice level, and he'll do the third period play-by-play. So not just best of the best down on the ice, but some of the best up here in the broadcast booth, too. I don't want to insult some of our great players of our team, but certainly our three main play-by-play guys so far this year.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's an honor to be here. But how about this for our first piece of analysis on today's matchup, I should say. How about these jerseys, man? Oh, my God. We got to touch on this. CCHL will be rocking that red, white, and blue, and the SHL rocking those, pardon me here, the LA Kings 90s colors. You got to love this uniform matchup.
Yeah, last year, it was the first year of this game, ever getting off the ground, and the jerseys, let's call it what they were. They weren't the best. They were fine. They really stepped up the jersey game this year. Credit to Evan Polikitis, Nick Ichancia, the presidents of these two leagues, understanding to make this an event, something everyone wants to shoot for, and these jerseys certainly are part of that.
I dig them. They are absolutely marvelous to look at, and I like that it coincides with the logo of each respective league. It's very sharp, very clean.
And so we're going to step aside for the national anthem. We'll be back on air here in a moment.
Sounds fun.
Wayne Mesmer, synonymous with Chicago sports, especially the Chicago Wolves with our national anthem. That's a voice I certainly grew up on here, and I'm sure anybody here in the Chicagoland area, the national anthem by Wayne Mesmer, I know brings back great memories for me.
Absolutely, and you know what? Kind of a trend here among the hockey world in Chicago. Down at the United Center, they have Jim Cornelison, and here we got ourselves a very good representation at the Allstate Arena.
So we mentioned each goaltender is going to get a period. Starting for the SHL is going to be Brock Harrer. Harrer, just a junior playing in this game. Not a whole lot of underclassmen, mostly seniors as you would expect at the top of these leagues, but certainly credit to Brock Harrer, just a junior, 272 goals allowed average and a .912 save percentage. I know certainly there could have been a freshman in this game as well. You know, a lot of talk about snubs. Certainly Charlie Trapp over at Loyola could have been in consideration as well, but you have three really talented goaltenders on the SHL side.
Well, it wouldn't be an all-star game without a couple all-star game snubs, right? And it probably just comes down to age. Sometimes it comes down to all those sorts of things, but you're down at ice level. Dylan, what do you got?
Well, yeah, you talk about maybe a snub in net for Loyola, but for Loyola Gold, this is their first time participating in the SHL All-Star Game. Obviously, this is the second one. They were out of town at a tournament last year, so no Ramblers in that lineup last year. Now you've got three.
And we're getting underway. Face-off won by the SHL, Zach Freemuth, and we are underway live from Allstate Arena. Max Anderson on the call alongside Rudy Hodgson and Dylan Ward with all the action from Rosemont. Flipped off the boards up the near wall by Tiernan Ryan. One of the two Ryan brothers in this game from St. Ignatius. Both the Ryan brothers, especially Tiernan, in both the CCHL and SHL, having a huge season.
Absolutely, and it carried into from last season, right, where they were able to claim that Kennedy Cup shot from the point. Doesn't go through. My God, it just kind of leaked through, but he's been dynamite this season, and honestly, expect him to play a factor today.
Puck trapped along the far half wall. Marty McCauley of GBS comes away with it. His first year in a GBS uniform. He's had really impressive numbers. Nearly 20 assists at this point in the season already. He's been a force on the back line for GBS. Now Deacon Rose plays below the goal. Quick centering pass trying to find Freemuth, but getting in the way of it is the CCHL. Now they'll turn it over here in transition, trying to make their way through the neutral zone. Ryan drops it deep. Now onto the stick of Jack Savino. Savino, of course, on that New Trier team, currently #1 in the state. He's a big part of that team that made it to the state championship. Towards ACL just a couple of days before that championship game. Wasn't able to play, but he's back, and he has been a force for the Trevians this year.
And you have to like the way that he's been able to respond despite there being an injury, right? There's always a little bit of question, especially when you're so young getting an injury of that sort. So for him to bounce back and play the factor that he has on his team, it's been really, really impressive.
Getting a chance to talk to him in the offseason, really attacked his rehab, and certainly at that age feels like he had plenty of runway to get back, and that he has. Now a centering pass, big save early by Harrer. On the doorstep was Johnny Senna of Fenwick.
Guys, a lot of stick taps here on the bench, but I don't think any louder than the two goalies who are awaiting their turn here in this All-Star game.
Yeah, it's one of the rare times where you're going to see a New Trier sweater bang the boards when a nice save is made by a St. Viator sweater, but certainly great to see these two leagues come together, play this All-Star game, and now stepping in front with a chance on a breakaway. Here comes Jacob Voris. Voris up the left wing, centering pass, one touch, just goes over the cage. Rafalowski was on the doorstep but couldn't find the back of the net. Now spun all the way down and around. Haven't had a chance to mention Charlie Donahue starting in net out of Marmion Academy. 3.01 goals allowed average for Donahue and a .924 save percentage. CCHL looking strong here early. We mentioned it was a rather dominating effort from the SHL last season. CCHL with the best chance so far and put a little bit of pressure down to our right.
Absolutely. No real feeling out period. Both teams kind of trying to strike early while the iron is hot, but nobody able to capitalize so far.
Danny Quinlan through the neutral zone. Now they exchange it, eventually play it in deep. behind Jackson Steinloft. Steinloft putting pressure on the forecheck, but McCauley comes away with it. McCauley, one of those guys that played AAA hockey for a couple of years, decided to come back for his senior season, play high school hockey. Here's a shot from the slot. Big save early from Donahue. Jacob Voris wasn't able to get the puck up. Now Frank Rosa, such a key part of that York team last season that made it down to the United Center.
Guys, well, first of all, you talk about the United Center, very similar type of building here, 18,000 capacity, but got to watch out early in this game. A lot of these players playing in their first competitive, with air quotes around it, game in a couple of weeks, and obviously with a bunch of new teammates too.
I think for a lot of guys probably don't mind this being the first game back after a break. Shot from the point, gets a deflection, just goes wide. Egan Ryan fouled up. McCauley knocks it down to the ice, looking across ice, trying to find the stick. Now below the goal. McCauley able to pick the pocket, trying to play it up the boards. Noah Macinter able to get out for a moment. Ryan, the brothers, backhanded. What a backhanded move by Tiernan Ryan, and a good save by Harrer.
Silky mitts there, able to get the shot off. Probably didn't get enough that he really wanted, but still able to create a little danger.
Side of the net, chance. Just fought off from the stick of Jeremy DeWilkins. Now centering into the slot. Deacon Rose there to slow things up. Egan Ryan from the point off the chest of Harrer. Now Tiernan in the corner. Shot gets a deflection. Side of the net. He scores! 1-0 early lead for the CCHL.
Love the celebration. Love the goal there. Taking off the gloves, giving each other a good little handshake. As you're going to get a look at the replay here. Beautiful deflection. Nothing the netminder can do there. And just like that early, it's the CCHL making it 1-0.
So big statement early from the Catholic League. We mentioned it. They certainly remember the matchup from last year in the inaugural matchup and have something to prove here tonight. See how the SHL responds. Brendan Hennigan carried it into the zone, quickly taken away. Liam Finnegan getting his first ice time of the afternoon. Now puck loose in the high slot, but not able to get to it in time was Nolan. Now 2-on-1, but just a touch off sides.
Just a little too eager to try to double that lead. They got called for offside. They had numbers 2-on-1. Could have possibly been a 2-on-0. Looked like they had that last defenseman beat, but still got to play by the law. That is offsides. We'll try again just outside of the SHL zone.
Danny O'Connor, the guilty party, just a touch early. Just getting started here on the CCHL SHL High School All-Star Face-Off live from Allstate Arena. Jacob Voris takes over, goes rink wide, eventually drop deep. Off the stick of Brendan Harkins, the senior out of St. Rita, gets the puck up. Man coming up the slot. Now another shot on net and another save. So right now the ice tilted into the SHL zone, and Brock Harrer's got to be on his toes.
Absolutely. You saw him try to dump the puck out, but in doing so he kind of turned it over. Fortunately, it got to the point, so he was able to see that shot all the way, gloved it down, face off to his left.
Nico Felice from Providence, a 3-year varsity starter. The Felice brothers, a tradition over there at Providence Catholic. Chip down the zone, taken at center ice by Jack Cuffle. Cuffle, impressive defenseman, point blank chance, bouncing around the crease. Looks like it just stayed outside as Donahue keeps the blink for the CCHL.
Max, you just mentioned a lot of history, Providence Catholic. How about the CCHL celebrating their 60th year anniversary, formed in 1963. SHL was founded back in 2012, so, it's a lot of history over there for the Catholic boys.
No doubt about it. Lots of state championships and success over the years. Here's a shot on net, deflected in front, trying to make its way through, but taken away. Outside the near half wall, Thomas Santaniello able to get a shot, but not on net. Chips back to McCauley in the neutral zone. McCauley carries forward, passes it to himself around one man, top of the far circle, gets knocked down. Cuffle sends it around. Coming up is Frank Rosa to play the puck. Now McCauley using his body to clear some space. Had a man waiting back at the point, couldn't get it to him.
Skill on full display there from McCauley. That little dish to himself was so silky.
Now top of the near circle looking for a deflection was Yurkov. Stevenson Jr. Of course, Stevenson having a tough year in the SHL. Graduated so many seniors from that historic class that won a state championship in 2022. Handful of guys that played 4 years of varsity hockey. I believe they graduated 18 seniors off of last year's semifinal team. And a bit of a rebuilding year, restructuring year, and the SHL is just so tough. You graduate that many seniors. They're young, but got some sophomores and juniors that Coach Dan Wood's excited about, and you can't hold Stevenson down too long. Plenty of talent rolling through that program.
Absolutely. They have pieces, right? Yurkov being one of them. Here's here today. I mean, despite them not having such a great showing in SHL play, they're making every game that they're in competitive. They're in close matches. They just have been on the wrong side of a few.
And guys, you just talked about Yurkov. Sure, a lot of people watching at home know this. He has hit the Michigan goal in high school hockey 5 times already this season. I'm going to keep my close eye down to my right behind the net.
You usually see goals like that attempted in all-star games. But Yurkov having completed 5 of them in regular hockey games. It's remarkable. I would not be surprised. We saw a couple of attempts of that here tonight. Now a centering pass, point-blank chance from Freemuth, and Donahue stands strong. Donahue post to post. Masinter with the puck. He'll drop it below the goal. Is looking for Deacon Rose. Just missed him. Riston Siegel from Glenbrook North trying to step up, keep play alive. Instead, it's carried out by Dan O'Connor. Centering pass. 2-on-1 opportunity. Not able to handle the puck in the slot. It was a hot pass. Colin Chinlin couldn't settle it down. Here's Jack Savino. Savino loses the puck. So far, been impressed with CCHL's defensive organization, something you always wonder about in an all-star game. Finding Freemuth up the slot, not just in terms of effort, but communication, right? So much of that play, it deflected, follow-up chance. Freemuth puts it in the back of the net. Puck was bouncing every which way. Almost looked like it settled on the goal line, and it was Freemuth that tapped it across.
Yeah, you'll probably get a great look at it on the replay. Surely our man Jimmy the Wiz got us a good angle, but that puck was just, like you said, bouncing all over the place and seemed to have gone off the post. You get a good look at it there. Easy cash in, probably the easiest goal he'll see all year long, and just like that, we're level at 1.
Guys, who else but the leading point producer in the SHL, Zach Freemuth, and all of these guys in SHL sweater screaming "Za" as he came to the bench, which is his nickname at the Glenbrook South team.
Now, Dylan, is it appropriate for Air to take us through the backstory of Za for a nickname for Zach Freemuth? Is it as simple as Zach?
I mean, I'm sure it is. I'm just as confused about it as you.
I don't know if maybe at a pizza eating championship or maybe a history of pizza making. Just reaching here.
It's got to be at next.
Goal comes off its post, so we get a stoppage of play. 1-1 our score. 7:54 left here in the first period.
It's funny, right before that goal occurred, I was just going to say how controlled the CCHL is playing it. They're playing like they're an actual team that they've been playing together all season long. A lot of silky passes. SHL side, a lot more skill, right? They're trying to do that individual stuff as you would typically see in an all-star game.
Chipped forward by Jack Keady. Bear with us if there's a couple of hesitations in name calling. There's a little bit of jerseys switching around. A couple of jerseys came in short. That'll get fixed, but a Couple of guys switching numbers, so it may take us an extra beat or two to identify everybody. Carrying the puck forward with speed. Up the right wing is Kuffel. He fires towards net, misses the mark. Hannigan trying to leave. Now a good drag around one man off the stick of Aiden Nolan. Can't get a shot in on net. Now Hannigan. Egan Ryan there to slow him up. Now quick touch pass. Aiden Nolan trying to put it away, but taken away. Here's Keedy. Keedy with speed up the left wing, 2-on-2. He'll fire it in towards Harrer, and Harrer for a moment wanted to play the puck, thought better of it. It'll be an offensive zone draw coming for the Catholic League.
Looks like the puck just might have bounced a little too hot off the blade of Harrer, but he's able to squeeze it. Looks very calm as you get the nice little ISO shot, as we say here in the broadcasting world, of the netminder, and we'll try again to his left.
Face-off won by the SHL. Frank Rosa has the puck on his stick, tries to go across ice, but it's intercepted by Nico Felice. Now Felice along the far half wall. McCauley's able to win the puck from him and throws up the left side. Goes a hot pass, but not able to handle it was Voris. Donahue. Now shot on net, looking for a deflection. Puck still bouncing around the slot. Now Voris with the shot. See the flick of those wrists, but the puck sails high. McCauley at the point keeps it in. Voris gets it near goal line. Give and go. Another shot from Voris. Misses the mark. That's going to wind all the way back to the SHL zone.
Voris, man, he had a great look there. Had that top corner wide open for the taking. Couldn't capitalize, but a nice little play there on the goal line. Little give and go, and almost resulted in a goal for the SHL.
Now dropping it deep is Nick Sanfilippo. So far, the CCHL with really good, clean exits out of their zone. They're controlling the puck. Really haven't seen them turn the puck over much at all, but this is going to be an icing and an SHL faceoff draw in the offensive zone.
One of the very few stoppages that we've gotten, the officials letting these boys play and only really calling it when they need to, and that one obviously an icing, so we'll try again here in the CCHL zone.
Face-off to come to the left of Donahue, won by the CCHL, but quickly stepping forward is Finnegan. Yurkov stops. Now a host of characters get together in the corner. Puck pops out, but right to the stick of Danny Quinlan. Not able to get the puck out. Loose on the far face-off dot. Yurkov stops. He drops. Tries a quick pass to Finnegan. Not able to complete it. Tiernan Ryan going to try 1-on-2, but sandwiched off the puck and taken by Savino. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the first period of action. Live from Allstate Arena as Tiernan Ryan gives the linesman a look like, come on, man, I'm trying to make a play here in the All-Star game. This shot just missing the target.
Guys, all the players here on the SHL bench tapping their sticks as if it's one of their own defensemen.
Santaniello with the puck. He tries a move. Follow-up chance from Ryan. Not able to get a shot in on goal. Excuse me, that was Dan O'Connor. Back to the point. Egan Ryan shoots, taking it off the chest. Was Shane Randall from New Trier. Puck deflects into the SHL bench. Dylan, you got all your faculties together down there?
Yeah, the heart rate just went up a couple BPMs after that one, but I think that was going high even if I didn't duck. But boy, definitely an exhilarating moment there.
Head on a swivel down there. I'd like to state for the record that all broadcasters down a nice level choose to do that and are not the responsibility of J&M Media. Here we go with 4:04 left to go in the first period.
Max, that'll be you in the third.
Yeah, that's true.
Should ask one of the backup goalies to let you borrow a glove. If they get the helmets, you get the glove.
I'm just going to go on record and say you don't want to put your hand in that glove. Rudy, I think you could speak to the... we'll just move right on. Here's a one-timer. What a save by Donahue. Save of the game thus far off of the stick of Zach Freemuth. And when Freemuth gets a shot in the slot like that, it's not often it gets stopped.
A little salute to the crowd after that save from Donahue. Probably looked over at his parents and said, yeah, I got one here.
I have that for the save of the game thus far, getting post to post on a one-timer. Now Charlie Reef. Reef, a couple of years on varsity for St. Ignatius, one of the key cogs, one of the leaders of that St. Ignatius team, leading them to a lot of success in both leagues right now. Just trickles out of the zone. And Riston Siegel has to slow up. Here's a shot from Keedy, blockered away by Harrer. Now with speed and space come the Loyola boys. A shot from the slot, not able to get a lot on it. And McCauley back to play it on the Allstate symbol in his own zone. Now McCauley gets it right back, skating up the left wing. Stopping, trying to create space is Hennigan. Last couple of minutes here of the first period. 1-1 our score. CCHL that got out in front on a Tiernan Ryan goal. And then just about 4 minutes ago, it was Zach Freemuth. That evened the score for the SHL. It's 1-1 in the latter parts of the first period. I vividly remember last year's game. The SHL, it felt like, a little bit faster, a little bit more, played a little bit better, maybe any way you want to spin it. This has been a 50-50 match so far.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're trying to find an indicator of which league is superior, you're not going to see it so far here in the first. A lot of neck-and-neck action, some good saves on both sides, and a lot of team play. It looks like these guys are starting to build a little bit of chemistry.
Now a shot fought off, I should say, by Harrer, kept alive. Now back to the point, waiting for it was Danny Quinlan. He tries a puck towards. Now a breakaway chance, not able to handle the puck at the blue line. That was Aiden Nolan that couldn't track it down. Now Hennigan in the corner trying to win it back, come over to help. Throw his body around is Hudson Schlee. Now Finnegan. He's steered off the puck. And Tiernan Ryan takes over. He's looking for a stretch pass instead. Tries to go around another man. Hennigan takes it off his stick. Now trying to make a play in front. Shot and steered away by Donahue. Trying to force it out, but Johnny on the spot to keep it in. This is Hennigan. Now McCauley gets involved in the offensive action. You'll see that plenty from GBS. 1 minute to go here in the first period. Charlie Reef looks for the stretch pass. It's steered away and loose by Jack Savino. Now Savino trying to play it up the left side, pinching in Egan Ryan, keeps it alive for the Catholic League. Now here's Voris with speed. He's got a 3-on-2 man coming up the slot. Shot from Voris, rebound given up. Egan Ryan able to steer it to the corner. Usually see a few more odd man rushes in an all-star game, but both these teams playing pretty disciplined hockey here early on. Now point blank chance, another save from Donahue, and kicks it to the far half wall. Keeping it at the point is Savino, at least for the moment, and then that misses everybody. No icing, but that will do it for the first period. 1-1 our score. I know Dylan's going to try to get some words from the guys down on the bench here between periods, but what'd you see so far, Rudy?
Well, I mean, how many times do we have to say it? A lot of back and forth action. A great save off the one-timer there from Donahue to keep it level at 1 apiece. But honestly, it's one of those things where both of these teams are just kind of having fun. The flow is great. Both teams playing and shooting, and there is a little bit of physicality, but it's been really smooth hockey here.
So the two sides will switch sides. We'll get goaltender changes for both. We'll also get broadcast assignment changes for both. We're going to let Rudy here take over on play-by-play. So, Rudy, it is all yours, my friend.
Should we just do the open all over again? Or?
Let's hear it. Let's hear what you got.
Well, everybody, welcome to Allstate Arena, the home venue of today's CCHL versus SHL All-Star game at the home of the Chicago Wolves. I'm your man, Rudy Hodgson. To my right is Max Anderson, and down at ice level is Dylan Ward, the voice of GBS hockey. and the voice of the SHL network to my right. After the first 17 minutes of play, Max, 1-1. What did you see in the opening period?
I was just impressed, right? There's a lot of talk about what the SHL's strength, and certainly it just reflected by who's made the Elite Eight over the last couple of years. It's been 6 or 7 teams from the SHL each and every season, and the CCHL obviously lost this game last year, so to see them come out, score that first goal just a couple minutes into the game, and it was an even first period. You could not tell either side, so my takeaway is it's great to see the strength of the CCHL side.
Now, one of the fun parts about today's contest is that the netminders will actually have to switch jerseys. So you might see a 35 on your screen, but I assure you it is a different netminder. You know, over here we love to talk about our goaltenders. So, Dylan, you're down at ice level. Who made the switch? Good talk, Dylan.
Guys, you got to give me a second. I think
it's
Lysick,
Lysick, right? And Lysick for...
It appears to be, yeah. I think that is Durdov because he was in his white practice jersey on the bench.
Yep.
By the way, just a tidbit, guys. I come over to the CCHL bench for the second period. First thing Spencer Montgomery says to me is, "Don't worry, we'll make sure you don't get drilled by a puck over here."
Keeping you on a swivel. We are underway here in the second stanza of the All-Star game, and an early save of sorts made. So a face-off to his left. Winning that one is the SHL. They'll break out with a little bit of speed, 2-on-2. Have a third man if they can hurry. Rushing in was number 98, Jacob Voris, a sophomore from Viter. One of the bright spots of that team all season long. Not a surprise that he's representing a little bit of a skirmish right next to the crease.
Yeah, the speed and strength of Jacob Voris has really allowed him to have a lot of success this year. One of those players that when you do this league year over year, you always look, who makes big jumps? Voris is certainly one of those guys.
He had the puck momentarily before, played off to the point by Jack Savino, the senior from New Trier. A little bit of a late addition of sorts as it seems to have replaced Chris Sipe from Loyola. As the puck once again tries to play it deep, wasn't able to get it all the way through. It's the CCHL now, rushing in with a full head of steam. Not able to control was Nico Felice. Has 12 points on the season as of December 17th, right before that holiday break. Now a 2-on-2 the other way. Trying to find the third man, not able to find him, was number 3, Thomas Santaniello. Another try here for the CCHL. Another try. Great save that time by the netminder.
I believe it's Spencer Lysick in net. We're trying to get Dylan to help us out. Dylan, am I on that one? Is that Spencer Lysick in for... Oh, excuse me. We're looking at the SHL side. I believe that's Drew Durdov for the SHL, and I think it's Spencer Lysick for CCHL. Do I have that right?
Can confirm.
All set.
We're a couple of professionals up here in the booth as Durdov checks in, has a couple of saves for the SHL. Score remains 1-1 as both teams not really able to get anything going offensively so far, but it's still neck and neck action as we approach 2.5 minutes into the period. A shot and a great save that time from Durdov.
Guys, I'm down here with St. Ignatius goaltender Ethan Lachlan, was in net for the first period. Ethan, first of all, definitely a different setting here, playing in a big stadium as opposed to just a packed-in rink. What are you seeing out there?
I mean, it's a little difficult to see the puck sometimes because the seats are all dark. A little bit of a questionable design choice, but other than that, it's not that much different than like an outdoor game actually, because they have like the lights that are super high up, so it's not that much different from playing outside of like Rosemont here actually. So, but it's super awesome. I mean, you rarely get to play in stadiums like this, so I mean, just taking it all in right now.
You're playing on Team CCHL, but your team, St. Ignatius, plays in both leagues. Seeing a lot of familiar faces out there in gray?
Yeah, I know a couple guys. Yurkov does the Michigan Ally, did it on me. Obviously, everyone knows who Zach Freemuth is. You know, Raderman for GBN's awesome. You know, a lot of these guys I know at least by name because they've probably scored on me, unfortunately. So, I mean, just great competition out here, but I'd rather represent Catholic League.
All right, man. Thanks for the time.
Yeah, of course.
Ethan Laughlin, the senior netminder. Chance in front of the crease. A great save by Durdov, extending and gets a piece with the glove we speak to one netminder, and here comes the other showing his stripes.
That was all instinct from Dirdoff. He could just feel the play move behind him. He never actually saw it before he left. He could just feel that shot was coming, stuck that arm out, made a phenomenal save.
Puck finds Moore right by the hash marks. Puck played down beyond the goal line. Couple of GBS players with those Michigan-esque helmets. Very clean. Charlie Bain now tries to cut in. Beautiful move. Has it on the backhand. Gets the shot off. And making a great save was Spencer Lysick. Another try here for the CCHL. They have numbers spinning and trying to get the pass off. Doesn't go clean. Now it's a 2-on-0 the other way. A breakaway now. A chance. Great save by Lysick.
Tried to go 5-hole between the legs, and Lysick just able to get enough of it steered aside.
Shot from the point. Doesn't make its way through. The rebound goes wide. But now it's the SHL trying to show their dominance offensively, get back into the game after the CCHL had a couple of chances of their own. Puck played to the point. Collecting is Savino. Dishes it off. It's Randall. Tries to get something going as we get a trifecta, actually 4 of them. 4 players from this new Trier team out on the ice, so plenty of chemistry trying to work the perimeter of the zone, but it's the CCHL clearing. A little bit of gamesmanship, huh?
Absolutely.
Playing the guys that know each other.
Absolutely. You see the 3 green helmets, or 4, I should say 4 green helmets on the ice. Now those guys better have their spacing down. I see Adam Charis there behind the bench. You know he's taking notes.
He's trying to see if this line combination works next time they're on the ice. Puck played out to the neutral zone. CCHL desperately needing a change. They're able to get one after the SHL kind of controlled the last couple of minutes. We get an icing, so the puck will go 200 feet to the right.
I haven't seen a penalty yet. Thought we might see one there on the far half wall in the CCHL zone. Looked like we could have had a tripping, but we stay penalty-less to this point in the game.
Guys, if my memory serves me correctly, I believe it was a penalty-less All-Star game last year.
So it seems like it's going to have to be something pretty flagrant in an All-Star game. You certainly don't want to see any of that. I don't think any of us mind watching just 5-on-5 hockey for 54 minutes.
Breaking in on a partial breakaway, getting the shot off, still loose in front, wasn't squeezed, puck is still loose before being shot and wide. The breakaway seemed to be Dan O'Connor. And now it's another try here for the CCHL, almost a solo mission of sorts, a 1-on-3. Had an option behind it, but he doesn't have eyes.
Yeah, brave effort there. Brave effort from Jack Keaty to try to take 1-on-3 himself. Not going to work there.
Well, they're all-stars for a reason. They know how to play and close those gaps, so not a whole lot coming from that opportunity. But they're not done yet. Another try, save, rebound, just goes wide as Shirley wanting that rebound back is Dirdoff.
Yeah, you don't see Dirdoff bobble clear line shots like that very often.
Another try here for the SHL. A little behind the back pass. Seemed like it was intended for number 81, Anthony Raflowski.
Keaty just a little bit offside, a little bit lazy getting to the bench there, and forces the offside from Nico Felice.
Just over 10 minutes. Dylan, you're down at ice level, my friend. What are you seeing? How's the energy down there with these boys? Surely they're excited, but it kind of looks like they're a little winded.
Yeah, guys, currently on the CCHL bench, these boys are fired up. You know, they might not be saying it out loud, but there's a lot of just vibes and energy down here that they realize that this is a 1-1 game just under halfway through regulation time, and they've got a chance to maybe pull out a win.
Well, surely they're looking to bounce back after last year's display, as cited by Max Anderson to my right. They lost last year 6-2, so hoping to bounce back and get their first win in this All-Star game. And right now they're in a good position to do so, even at 1-1. A lot of flow. Both teams still trying to garner some momentum, and here comes an opportunity. Rushing in, looking for the pass, goes off of a stick. Little wraparound chance, tries to go short side. Was number 81, Jackson Steinloff.
And I think the linesman getting in the spirit of an all-star game was pretty clearly offsides there for the CCHL, but you saw a big wave.
Maxie beat me to it.
Again, don't hate it, right? Let's keep the game flowing. Let's keep the action moving. See some more goals.
A little bit of physicality finishing the check was Deacon Rose. And now it's a 2-on-0 the other way. Breakaway now. The CCHL looking to make it 2-1. Great save. The rebound. Another fabulous save made by Durdov to keep the game level at 1-1.
Hudson Schlee, one of the most talented scorers in the CCHL for the Bennett Red Wings. You don't usually see him miss a one-on-one opportunity from the blue line in.
Play resumes here at Allstate Arena. Carrying the puck with a full head of steam is Shane Randall. Dishes it off. Great save that time by Lissick. Not able to control with Zach Freemuth. Puck hops over his stick in the neutral zone. Now a turnover. Nice backdoor play. A shot. Great save made by the netminder Durdov. And now coming the other way is Charlie Bain. He dishes it. A shot trying to go up high. Goes off of the helmet of the netminder Lissick.
The center with a wicked wrister there, and Lissick just fighting it off. Rudy, you know well, sometimes it doesn't matter how good it looks as long as you keep it out.
Not only that, but how good it feels. My goodness, I can't imagine that one felt too great.
That'll wake you up a little bit.
Absolutely. If he wasn't awake already, he certainly is now. A shot from the point. Aaron rebound. Not intended to go in that direction, I assure you.
I know we're just in an all-star game, but that's 3 or 4 rebounds from Drew Durdov that you don't normally see him give up. No doubt he's going to watch a little bit of film and work on that here in the next couple of days in practice.
Well, surely the senior who is rocking that .901 save percentage is hoping to work out all the kinks today rather than his next appearance. Another try here. Save. Rebound. They score! The SHL takes the lead. It's Liam Finnegan who will get his first of the contest. It's 2-1.
Yeah, he just in the right place at the right time, picked up the rebound, flicked it with a backhand, and we should say the forehand as the puck laid right at the top of the crease. A really good look at it here as Lysick tried to be aggressive with the stick check, whiffed on it, and it's just an easy finish there for the Rambler.
They don't come much easier than that. The last 2 goals have kind of been garbage goals of sense, but nothing garbage about them. They will take them how they can get them. It's 2-1.
Absolutely. It's the first lead of the game for the SHL, and, you know, in their mind, they want to start to assert their dominance or what they feel is their dominance and see what the CCHL can come back with.
Just over halfway through the period, the SHL coming back again. Another opportunity was stymied by the CCHL back line, but the SHL picks it up in the neutral zone. They'll try again, playing it off the boards, looking for the recent goal scorer Finnegan, who has 18 goals this season.
I mentioned earlier of Jacob Voris being one of those guys when you see year-over-year improvement. Liam Finnegan, another one, of course, his older brother, an SHL legend with the points he put up at Loyola over a couple of years, and Liam has taken a huge jump from last year to this one. He's become one of the best scorers in the SHL.
Nobody expecting that to change. We're going to get our first penalty in All-Star game history, a hooking call, and it will be a man advantage for the SHL.
Of course, the All-Star game, All-Star players on the ice. We've talked about our All-Star broadcast crew. I want to make sure we give a shout-out to our All-Star technical crew as well. Of course, Matt Freeman, who's been on every single SHL Network broadcast this year on camera today, as is Butch Connolly, of course. You know, St. Ignatius Hockey, Butch is the broadcast extraordinaire, I should say streamer extraordinaire for St. Ignatius. Dave Olson, the father of Jimmy the Wiz, in the house tonight as well. So all-star crew all the way around.
Walking in, Freemuth shooting one. That one gets blocked as the first opportunity for the SHL on the power play results in a block. Another try. That one goes wide. Way out of his goal crease is the netminder Lissick. A little bit of perimeter play. Now collecting is McCauley. Dishes it off to Freemuth. Now GBS, one of the most potent offenses in SHL play. No surprise they have two juggernauts on the power play. Puck finds Freemuth, tries to shoot one. That one gets blocked, but there was an opportunity for the rebound in front of the cage. But the CCHL able to clear.
Rudy, I can't count on both my hands with all my fingers how many times McCauley has set up Freemuth or vice versa on the power play for Glenbrook South.
So gamesmanship once more, putting that combination together here on the power play.
The combination of Freemuth and then you add in the offense of Bain, like that is a very strong power play. And not a surprise that that's on full display here in the All-Star game.
No doubt. Make sure you stay tuned, folks. Between the second and third period, we're going to have Tim Weaver of the Chicago Wolves, the senior manager of partnerships, who's really the brainchild of this whole event. We're going to have him on the stream for an interview, so stay tuned for that. Here coming up at second intermission.
Just over 5 minutes remain here in the second period, and a little over 30 seconds on the man advantage. Not a whole lot of danger in this power play, as it almost seems like they're a little nervous to shoot. They don't want to disappoint their teammates, but it is an all-star game for a reason. Those four Trevians working together, and they score. It's Brendan Hennigan lacing one from the point, and he doubles the lead. It's 3-1.
Hennigan's one of those players that was a role player for New Trier last year in their state championship. This is his team now. It's part of the reason he's here. He's played so well for the #1 ranked Trevians. Top of the circle, skates forward, winds up, and he found a lane through the traffic, buries it in the back of the net. It's 3-1 SHL.
Not much the netminder can do there, but just watch it go past him. An absolute rifle of a shot. And now it's the SHL asserting dominance, but the CCHL trying to come right back. It was Tiernan and Ryan not able to get a whole lot behind that opportunity as they hope for a response. Ryan on the wraparound, he scores! Tiernan Ryan getting one right back for the CCHL. It's 3-2.
You can just tell from the moment the puck dropped 3-1, there was some anger in 27 in Red's body language. He just fought right through the face-off, got right to the front of the mouth of the net. His shot was deflected, but he would not be denied. He collected it and wrapped right around. That's a put my team on my back kind of moment there for Tiernan Ryan.
Dylan, you're down right there. What's the energy like right after they scored? It seemed like the momentum swaying heavily in the direction of the
guys,
SHL.
Can you say that again? I'm cutting out a little bit.
The momentum of the CCHL after getting that goal certainly has to be coming back. Your thoughts on it, Dylan? Can you hear us now?
Yeah, guys, now I can. As soon as that wraparound went over the goal line, this CCHL bench erupted. As soon as the third goal was scored by the SHL, there was definitely a lack of energy on here, but now they're right back in it. It's a one-goal game once again.
Looking to make it a two-goal game once again. A shot, great save. But it was Voris who had numbers, opts for the shot. Good save made by the netminder Lissick. Now in the far wing is the puck, trying to play it deep. Puck makes his way over there. It's Voris again collecting, walking in. Great save made by Lissick. Puck eventually cleared by the CCHL, who were on their heels momentarily, but they'll get a change.
Yeah, they sure were, but since that goal, energy shifted. Certainly seen a little bit more presence here from the red sweaters of the Catholic League.
4 SHL bodies there trying to keep the puck in the offensive zone. They're able to do so momentarily before the breakout pass makes its way down the ice. No icing since there was a touch by number 18, Johnny Senna, the junior from Fenwick, before the puck eventually squeezed by the netminder.
Waning moments here of the second period, 3:07 to go, and back and forth we go. And you know, these teams want to put on some highlights here in the All-Star game. We're starting to see them.
Absolutely. Another try here for the CCHL. Puck squirts to the near corner, trying to get it out was Marty McCauley. Said his name plenty. He has 20 assists this season for GBS. Another one of those dangerous players, and he's a defenseman with 20 assists. Certainly a lot to be said about his potential and how much it has been on display this season.
There's just a great tradition in the SHL with defensemen that are high-powered scorers. You got a couple of them on the ice here tonight, but year after year, it seems like there's just tremendous skill that, while defense is in the word, or in the role, I should say, plenty of offense coming from the back line from so many of these teams.
D-to-D pass, a shot from the point. That one gets blocked. A little more physicality on display, but again, at the point is the SHL before being collected in the far wing. A lot of give-and-go action. Backhanded try. That time from Deacon Rose doesn't make its way through. Now a try from the point. D-to-D pass again. It's McCauley. Shoots from the point. That one gets blocked. Still right in front of the cage in the slot. McCauley tries to play DP Will. And the CCHL will try to break it out. A lot of pressure here from the SHL. It's resulted in 2 goals. Almost resulted in a third. Here's another try and another good save by Lissick. He's there. Makes the stop. 1:27 remains here in the second period. As Max alluded to during the intermission, we're going to have an interview here, talk a little bit about what went into this event and how lucky we are to be here broadcasting it, as a lot of the talent on full display for both sides. As always, you're watching the CCHL against the SHL All-Star game. Again, a shot from the point from those Trevian defensemen. They've been rearing their very dangerous heads. Another try here, walking in, doesn't get through after Randall couldn't get his shot on target. Now it's Bain to Freemuth, back to Bain, little give and go, trying to find the centering chance, backdoor play as we approach the final minute of the middle period. Long pass, it's a breakaway. The CCHL trying to even it, and a great save made by Dierdov. A breakaway there, denied, and it was Carson Burris who couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, it was a great vision from Freemuth on the other side of the ice, and that's something that doesn't get talked about enough. Everyone talks about how great a scorer Zach Freemuth is, and we know that, but there's a reason he's got nearly as many goals as assists. He's got such great vision and spacing on the ice, just a cerebral player that knows where guys are, and then the breakaway opportunity for Burris.
15 seconds remain here in the middle period. The CCHL trying to even things up before the period ends. This could be their last opportunity. A backdoor bang-bang play. The rebound. They score! A buzzer beater, and we're level. It's 3-3. A beautiful finish. And it's Charlie Reef who levels it here at Allstate Arena.
You were just wondering who was going to put it in the back of the net. There was multiple opportunities. Dierdov was scrambling, trying to find his bearings in net. You see the first opportunity here gets saved. It's the follow-up from Reef, who evens it up. And if you thought the SHL was going to start running away with it when it got to 3-1, the CCHL says, no, no, no. This is not last year. We're going to make this a game.
What action here in the middle period. That'll do it. That last shot, more of a formality. It will count as a shot on goal. But after 2 periods of play, it is 3-3.
Yeah, really impressive response from the CCHL. It was led by Tiernan Ryan, who, like we talked about when it happened, just refused to be denied there. So really, really impressive. Take a short time out here, and we'll come back. Excuse me, we're going to send it down to ice level first where Dylan Ward's got Tiernan Ryan.
Thanks, guys. Tiernan, first question for you. How'd you get lucky enough to get your real jersey number on that sweater?
Actually, I didn't know they had 27, so I took 3, and then I saw Colin Chinlin, my buddy, he had 27. I was like, dude, I'll trade you right now. I needed that number.
Well, you got the first 2 goals for CCHL, then your St. Ignatius teammate Reef makes it a tie game. SHL scored that power play goal to make it 3-1. You guys are right in this. How's the bench feeling?
Bench feels great. I mean, we know we're competitive here. I mean, we've known that we're ready to go, and, you know, we're just hyped to be here. Everyone's, like, living in the moment. It's just great. Great for Reef to bury it. That was clutch. 3 seconds left. Shout out to him. Fucking beauty.
Absolutely. Wait. Well, good luck in the third. We'll see you out there.
Sorry,
Guys, back to you.
Tiernan, my friend, we can't be doing this. This is a family-friendly program. We'll take a quick time out. We'll come back with our interview with Tim Weaver of the Chicago Wolves here in just about 30 seconds. Stay with us. Welcome back live here to Allstate Arena. I'm with Tim Weaver of the Chicago Wolves. Tim, thanks for coming on.
Max.
Senior Manager of Partnerships here for Chicago Wolves. So year 2, and the one thing that sticks out to me, year 1, we're working out the kinks. Year 2, we've got this event rocking and rolling. It is so awesome to see the kids have
No, it is. You know, it was a learning curve last year on this and all the other SHL games, and this year in year 2 we've expanded out our high school partnership. We had the girls here last week. It went great too, following kind of the same formula for everything. So yeah, no, everything is. We have another period to go, but so far so good. We're on pace with everything. So
when this idea came about, I know it was so important to you to make that connection, not just to the SHL or the CCHL, but to high school hockey at large. And we've talked off air the importance of high school hockey. These kids playing for their programs. How great is it to see this kind of event here at Allstate?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a very common thing in lots of other big hockey states around the country that Minnesota, Michigan, you play for your high school. You don't have as much of the AAA influence I think we have here in Illinois. And to see a lot of these kids coming back to play for their high schools in front of their friends and family, and then giving them opportunities like this that they're not going to get other places on it, and then having a slightly different twist, right? Like the A-High has always done great with the All-State game. This is a little bit different twist to it where you're not just necessarily the best kid from a skill standpoint. There's a lot more that goes into how they choose these kids also, too, based on teammate and community involvement and all this other stuff that kind of goes with it. You know, it's a well-rounded kind of nomination than I think just a straight skills situation.
So, of course, every fan and every player here tonight is going to get the opportunity to come to tonight's game as well. Big game tonight. 2 years ago, Calder Cup Trophy. Great. Last year, a bit of a step back. This year, finding a way, but the Wolves are still right here.
Yeah, we had a great December coming off. A lot of points, a lot of wins. A very veteran team, oldest team in the A right now. And, you know, there's some guys that are veterans that are really starting to come together. We had a great win on Tuesday, and I expect to kind of roll through this. We're going to get a little bit of a break here with the guys going on the road, but the guys are really starting to come together. So it's been really exciting to see. We got a cameo from Auntie Ranta for a couple of games that was kind of interesting to see.
No doubt.
But going through this year as unaffiliated has been interesting. I think it's starting to come together, and we've got a couple different guys from different teams kind of coming and going. So it's been great. I mean, I think that we're really starting to hit the home stretch, and everything's starting to click. So I think that, you know, with 4 more months of hockey to play still, I'm excited to see kind of where this team's going to go.
Finally, just coming back to this game, you know, we're 2 periods in. I know you're doing some logistics. You've had a chance to watch. 3-3 game. What have you seen so far?
I mean, it's been a great game. Both. I mean, CCHL compared to last year has really stepped up their game. And I know from talking to Nick and the coaching staff over there, they were really had this game circled as to put some different talent out there to be competitive. And I think putting that goal in with 2.7 seconds left, that I wasn't sure that was going to go in at first, and that was a great shot. No doubt. So it's going to be really exciting here in this third period to kind of see where it goes. If we need some overtime to finish it off, we'll have some overtime to finish it off. And we'll award the wooden skate to the winner of this year's again. So CCHL has got it last year, and so we'll have this out again this year for somebody. So
that's the old wooden skates trophy. That's what these two sides are playing for here on the SHL Network. Tim, appreciate you coming on. Appreciate everything you're doing for high school hockey.
No, thank you guys for everything you guys do for high school hockey too, giving an outlet like this for moms and dads and grandma and grandpas and just everybody in general to absorb it. Like this type of a format and network is going to help grow the game also too, and we're all just kind of trying to do our part, right?
Appreciate it. More to come.
No problem.
Absolutely.
Great seeing you.
Tim Weaver of the Chicago Wolves. I'm Max Anderson. We're going to take a quick timeout. Third period action, a 3-3 game coming up.
Welcome back to the SHL versus CCHL All-Star Game. We're going to waste no time here and send it down to ice level where Max Anderson is standing by with the Fenwick coach, Nick Fabrini. Max?
Thank you, Dylan. I'm here with Nick Fabrini. Nick, we talked about at the beginning of the broadcast, yourselves and St. Ignatius playing in the CCHL and the SHL. A huge change in terms of competition, schedule. What's that been like so far this season?
It's been great. You know, obviously we'd like our results to be a little bit better in the league, but I think we've been competitive in pretty much every game. And, you know, I think that there's a pretty big gap right now. And I think, you know, today shows that our top-end guys are right there within the Scholastic League, but there's a little bit of difference in the depth. So it's been a huge learning experience for us, and it's been a really good opportunity for us to play against the best teams in the state night in, night out.
You mentioned the learning curve, and it's been a learning curve in this game. You guys have found here a 3-3 game here at the end of 2 compared to last year. It's kind of felt like the game got away from you. Was there a sense it was getting away from you? And then, from my perspective, you saw Tiernan Ryan just kind of take over.
Yeah, you know, I thought that even when it was 1-1, I thought we had some really good chances to make it 2-1, and it was a great response by our guys to come back and make it 3-2 right after they scored. So, you know, Tiernan's having a great game, and we've got a lot of lines creating opportunities offensively. So it's really a one-period game at this point.
Thanks, Nick. Good luck. Thank you. Guys, back up to you.
Thank you. That is the voice of Max Anderson, who you heard up here in the booth in the 200 level for the first 2 periods, and I was down there on the benches. Now I join Rudy Hodgson up here in the broadcast booth. And, you know, usually when I say booth, I mean just the top row of the bleachers for the SHL network. This time we actually are in a booth. It's pretty cool here at Allstate Arena.
We got ourselves a pretty cool setup, but right back down to the action.
Max is standing by with Nutria Green head coach, Cheris.
Thank you, Dylan. Adam, you guys are coming off your state championship. You're back as the #1 team in the state. You got 4 of your players out here tonight. What's it been like so far, and what's 2024 looking for?
Sure. Yeah. You know, it's been a great, very highly competitive year. Like as we expect, SHL just keeps getting better. You can see even the CCHL getting better, really competitive tonight. What we're looking at is, you know, how can we keep meeting the challenges every night because everyone's gunning for us.
You mentioned that the CCHL getting better. The game got to 3-1. Kind of felt like maybe the game was going to get away. What did you see from the response on the CCHL side? And what do you have to do here in the third to get the win for the SHL?
Yeah, we know they weren't going to quit. You know, these guys are fired up. They're taking this game for real. You know, we need to wake our guys up last year. We beat them pretty badly, so we knew they were going to come out flying. They're not going to lay down. So if these guys take the foot off the gas for 1 second, they're going to capitalize. So we're trying to get right back on top of them, force the pressure, get pucks on net, and go after it.
That's a coach, still coaching. Doesn't matter if it's all-star or regular season. Guys, back up to you.
Max, and your timing couldn't have been better. The puck falls at center ice for the third and final 17-minute session in this 3-3 All-Star game at Allstate Arena. Dylan Ward on play-by-play with you as we get back to business. SHL grabs the puck. Marty McCauley will dump this one in off of a linesman's skate. And repossessed by Egan Ryan of CCHL. Out to neutral ice it goes. Tiernan Ryan is a all-star hat trick in the cards for number 27 on St. Ignatius and on the CCHL all-star team. We'll see as this period progresses along. Frank Rosa of the York Dukes will dump this one down behind the net. It's settled down by Charlie Donahue, who gets his third period ice time in net for the CCHL team. On the other side, it is Michael Raderman. Here's a shot and a save made by Raderman, tested early in the frame, but it's repossessed by the SHL. Here they come into the zone. Right wing centering try. Wouldn't go. That was Aiden Nolan of New Trier trying to get it to Zach Freemuth of GBS. Now taken by Nolan O'Malley. They couldn't get it out. Kept alive by SHL. Sanfilippo. They tried to center it, but it was blocked by a skate. Now up high, it's thrown. To the far side, here's a shot, and a block made by Nolan O'Malley of St. Rita for the CCHL All-Stars. Now behind the net, centering pass, nearly tipped into his own net there by Zach Freemuth, but he'll recover and come up ice with it. Now near side corner. Turnover right at the blue line. Noah Macintra of GBN looking to center. Eventually he does. Here's a shot. What a save. Rebound. They score. A huge Russian scrum by SHL, and Charlie Bain of Loyola Gold taps it home. SHL has the lead.
What a response here after giving up the last two. They come out absolutely flying. Safe to say they've been dominating here the start of this final period, and it's Charlie Bain cleaning up the garbage and giving the lead right back to the SHL All-Stars, 4-3.
So he joins his Loyola teammate Liam Finnegan, as now a pair of Ramblers have scored a goal here in this All-Star game.
Dylan, it's probably something you noticed while you were down here, but it's impressive. These coaches are still coaching very minute details of the game as if this was a regular season game. It's not just an all-star game where you're going to go out there and wing it. They've got very specific instruction still going on down here.
Yeah, Max, you are not kidding. After that power play goal scored by the SHL to make it 3-1, Spencer Montgomery is saying, hey, we're still in this. We're still in this. Let's keep our heads up, boys. And, well, they tied it. As now they look to tie it again. Here's a shot and a save by Raderman.
Not only is it an all-star game, Max, down there, it looks like it's Augusta, Georgia. How about that? The Masters green jacket. I love it. Good fashion sense here from the coaching staff.
Adam loves that thing. He's going to wear it. But I got Charlie Bain down here, just scored the goal-ahead goal. Charlie, you saw the response from the CCHL at the end of the second. What was the conversation in the locker room between?
Well, we know we all think we're the best league in the state here, and we obviously know they're going to bring it their all. And I mean, we were tied through two. We knew we needed one to get the energy going, and we got an early one.
Loyola wasn't able to play in this game last year. You guys were in a tournament. What's it like to get this opportunity to play in this environment with these types of players?
It's a ton of fun playing with the best guys in our league, getting to know them. It's a lot of fun, and getting to play with guys. It's obviously a lot of fun and something you don't get to do a lot.
All right, you got 13 and a half left here. Let's see if you can close it out.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that was Charlie Bain, as Max pointed out, wearing the number 1 here in the gray SHL jerseys. By the way, if any of you watching at home remember last year's game, the jerseys were cool and all, but these things are just beauties.
Absolutely. They are silky, and we're getting a good look here, and I'm sure Max is getting a good look himself after almost taking a puck right to the chiclets. But the jersey matchup is absolutely dynamite, as we said earlier, and it's nice.
Guys, one of the other things that you notice when you're down here at ice level is the difference between a pro hockey arena lighting and the arenas we're in every single night. It is nice and bright and clear down here.
Yeah, I love the way that ice shines after a little snow buildup. This is professional ice, American Hockey League, of course, home to the Wolves and all of the NHL's AAA affiliates, as here's a shot off the rebound, off the end board, punched home. And SHL breaks it open to a 5-3 lead. Aiden Nolan of New Trier gets the goal.
How about this finish? Top shelf just goes over the shoulder of the netminder off the rebound. Not a whole lot of danger in the initial shot, but it squirts loose right in front. Not able to get back in position is Donahue, and just like that, the lead is doubled. Bar down. How about that?
Not sure. I'm looking at that replay. I'm not sure if he got that out of midair maybe a little bit there, Rudy.
Certainly looked like the puck was on edge. If it certainly wasn't flat. Whether it was in midair or whether it was just, on its side is to be determined. But either way, they all count the same, 5-3.
Tiernan Ryan sitting on 2 goals tonight already. His shot gets partially blocked but makes its way to the net.
Guys, the second Tiernan Ryan touches the puck, the entire bench over here saying, help him, help him. They have their eyes on 27.
Oh, there's a Michigan attempt. Didn't quite get it to his stick. Hudson Schlee of Bennett, the junior, with the attempt there.
Now we're starting to see a little bit of that confidence peek through. If it wasn't Yurkov, it was going to be somebody else. 2-on-1.
Aiden Nolan leads the way, passes it back. Here's a shot. They score! A couple of Trevians connect. Nolan gets it to Hennigan, and it's 6-3.
A tale of two teams, a little showmanship on one end, and it's the other team, the SHL, just absolutely capitalizing. Great finish. You see 4 helmets in green there.
Yeah.
Certainly, it's the Trevians peeking through, and now they've doubled the lead. It's 6-3.
You know, it's funny. That was 4 New Trier Green players on the ice and 1 Rambler of Loyola. So a little rivalry mix-up there. But, hey, I mean, you've got 4 New Trier Trevians out on the ice. They're one of the best teams in the state. A lot of people believe they are the best team.
And we're going to have that matchup on the SHL Network coming up Wednesday night. And that Wednesday night after dark game that was such a classic last year.
New Trier Green and Loyola already with 2 games of their season series under their belt. Tied up. That'll be the rubber game between those 2 rivals. As Loyola took the first game 5-0, New Trier the second game 2-1 in the shootout. SHL All-Stars leading shots on goal 29-25, and the game 6-3. If you're just joining us now, the SHL really pulling ahead here in this third period. When we took the intermission and the ice got cut, it was only 3-3.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Don't count out this CCHL team quite yet. They were able to overcome a 2-goal deficit. Why not 3?
Here's a shot off the crossbar. Boy, nearly back to a 4-goal lead for the SHL, but not quite. Now the CCHL comes the other way. A big hit on the near boards, and eventually the puck is picked up. Taken away by SHL. Here comes Shane Randall. Got it to his man. Here's a shot. That one wouldn't go. Now Freemuth got it down low. Centering pass right in the blue paint. And Freemuth tried to backhand it to a man, but that didn't work out either. And the CCHL will come the other direction. Nearly a 2-on-1, but the decision to dump has been made. And 11 minutes to go here in regulation time. I did confirm that if we get to overtime, it'll be a 10-minute 3-on-3 session, and then the sudden death shootout as per usual rules in the Scholastic Hockey League.
Well, CCHL certainly hoping it gets to that point, but with a 6-3 advantage, SHL looking to just kind of close the door and not give them any chance to come back, as they've already done so today, as we've alluded to earlier.
Now Team SHL out to neutral ice. Here comes Jacob Voris of St. Viator. Dangles around one, then gets a shot away, and the right pad save is made by Donahue.
How about that try from Voris? Just great little dipsy doodle, gets between the wickets, gets a shot off.
Now another try. A quick wraparound with the backhand wouldn't go. Shot from the right side, stopped, and thrown to the corner by Michael Raderman, who's been perfect in his one period of work so far. Now here comes the SHL. Down behind the goal line. Taken away. And in the corner, it's Noah Macinter. Got it to the near side circle, and a shot taken by Siegel wouldn't go. Now they try and throw it to the net again. This time it got blocked. Up at the left point, now down below the goal line. It's thrown to the net off the side of the cage, and Donahue puts the glove on top of it to stop the clock. 9:29 to go.
Here's a little conversation starter for the group. Only one jersey for each team amongst the netminders. After this game ends and all the pleasantries have been exchanged, who gets to keep that jersey, guys?
Well, I was talking to Evan. They said that no matter what, they're going to get those jerseys ordered for the players that weren't able to wear their own or had to share today. That's a good question, though.
Guys, I got Aiden Nolan here. Going to get a quick thought. You got a goal and assist here third, and I don't know if you realize this, but your buddy, your netminder's got an assist too. It's been the New Trier show here in the third. What's led to it?
I don't know. We've been working really hard this break. We're doing captain's practices, 3-on-3s, as well as Hennigan, Savino both have multiple points today. So, I mean, we're just out here working today.
What's it like being in an all-star game here and you're out there with your teammates? Does it almost just feel like another run at the rink?
Yeah, it's kind of weird because we're out here like getting used to playing with other people, but then we're out playing with the same guys we play with every day. But it's a lot of fun. I mean, yeah.
All right, you got 8:50 to close it out here. Good luck.
Thank you.
And a little bit of a chuckle there from Aiden Nolan after the interview. This game is not over. We've seen the CCHL score in bunches. What did they score? Maybe 2 minutes apart in the third period. Tiernan Ryan and Charlie Reef. CCHL scoring has been all St. Ignatius Wolfpack, who ironically also play in the SHL, but were designated to Team CCHL here for this game. Maybe to even the playing field just a little bit. As here's a steal, down to the circle. Here's right by the net, and not able to punch that one home is Deacon Rose, the lone Carmel Corsair representative.
Nice little bang-bang play. They weren't able to convert on the opportunity, but you see the intention behind that play. Fortunately, here's another chance.
And through the legs. A couple sticks go in the air. Thought maybe that leaked through Michael Raderman, but the Glenbrook North goaltender did make the stop, and it'll be a face-off.
You're going to take a look here. He lifts that left leg ever so slightly as the puck is coming to him. Fortunately, he's able to squeeze it, but definitely some danger behind a very not-so-dangerous opportunity.
CCHL just looking for anything to get this game back in reach. Liam Finnegan, who's got a goal today already, looks to split 3 defenders. He could not. They can't clear it out, though, as here's another shot taken by SHL. That is Jack Savino. It wouldn't go. Now, in the slot, stick battle for possession of the puck. CCHL will come out with it. Maybe a 3-on-1 if they hurry here. Hudson Schlee got it to Ryan. He tried to get a pass over to the left side, but that one just missed the stick.
Rare. No shot there from Tiernan Ryan. He could have the hat trick, but opts for the pass.
Now behind the net, centered up high. We're back to the 4 Nutria Trevians on the ice and 1 Rambler. Same thing as we had when the goal was scored. Tiernan Ryan the other way. Now right by the blue paint. That one went wide of Raderman.
How Ryan was able to get through and almost get a clean shot off is beyond me. He just could not corral that puck, but still somehow was able to maintain possession. Really impressive stuff.
Essentially against Nutria Green as well. As now another Rambler comes onto the ice. Here's Shane Randall dangling and eventually sends the puck to the blue paint, covered up by Donahue. 6:30 to go here in this All-Star game.
Well, there certainly have been plenty of chances either way. The CCHL almost caught a break there as the puck almost slid through the netminder's leg pads, and he's actually getting a drink of water here. Seems like he needs to stay hydrated, and the officials will kind of check up and wait for him to go back to his crease before resuming play. Seems like he's all right. We'll try again.
Puck falls again. This one tipped by a skate down into the zone for SHL. And they call an icing.
Oof.
I think Rudy's oof tells you all you need to know there.
Yeah. I mean, in an all-star game off the skate, I'm not sure the exact ruling. I know when it takes a deflection, it's not an icing, but what happens if it goes right off the skate?
I mean, my thing is I'm not even sure it made it past the goal line. Max, you're down at ice level. Did it even constitute an icing?
And full disclosure, I was looking down at my phone at the box score, so I did not see it.
Well, there you have it.
Head on a swivel.
As way off sides, the CCHL enter the zone. The faceoff will come back to neutral ice. 6:14 to go. The SHL leading shots 33-27. The game 6-3. In spite of a 3-goal difference at the moment, this game is a lot closer than the scoreboard tells you.
I agree with you there. I mean, the CCHL has had their chances. Not a whole lot here in the third, more so in the second. But it was the SHL kind of avoiding danger, especially in the early parts of the first period. And the story of the game has quite frankly been the SHL has capitalized on their chances. The CCHL maybe not so much.
Yeah, especially in that first period, as this puck goes out of play, it was all CCHL. And something I remember talking with Max and Chris Dubiel on the broadcast last year was the game is going to get a lot more crisp as it goes along because these guys are not teammates. Again, they're riding a 3-week winter break if they didn't have any, exhibition games or whatnot over that break. But as the game rolls along, about an hour in of real time, these guys start to build that little bit of chemistry for this game. And you could see the SHL's passes are just a little bit more crisp here in this third period than they were in the first, and it's led to 3 goals.
It's also a little bit of gamesmanship, right? Just kind of the line pairing, how they've been able to kind of avoid that as much as they've been able to, and you see it with the 2 Ramblers together, or maybe the 2 GBS players together, or the 4 Trevians together. It's one of those things where the coaches know what they're doing too, right? And at some point, hockey instinct is going to kick in, and they're going to be able to play seamless hockey the way they've been doing their whole lives.
Here's a pass. Zach Freemuth down below the goal line picks it up. The SHL leader in points, Freemuth. Back down to Bain. Now Freemuth gets it again. Corner. It's sent to the other side by Jack Savino. Pardon me, Riston Siegel as the puck goes the other way. Jersey flying in the wind as this shot is thrown on target, and Michael Raderman makes the save. Michael Raderman, the only goaltender with a chance at a perfect 17 minutes of hockey.
Well, there it goes. You just said it.
I didn't say the word, did I? Well, if that shot went in.
Talk about threading the needle there, Dylan.
4:42 remaining in regulation time. The CCHL going to need 3 quick ones. Now, guys, one thing that I'm wondering is, do you think we're going to see a goaltender pull by the CCHL?
Ooh. Well, I'm not so sure. Maybe if it gets to 2, you'll see it. But that would also mean that he doesn't get that perfect period that you were alluding to. So now we get to see a little bit. Are we going to get it or are we not? Are we going to be right or are we going to be wrong?
As this one goes up high, to the right circle, poked out of there by the red sweaters. And here comes CCHL, a drop-off pass, and swiping that puck out of harm's way is Marty McCauley, still playing with his heart here in this All-Star game with under 5 to go.
Might have been one of those cases where the CCHL wasn't expecting so much defensive effort.
Right. So, of course, the skills on display as the CCHL rushes up ahead. Left circle, here's a shot, and a save made by Raderman. Rebound, he makes another one on the trailing man. Now the SHL breaks out through neutral ice, and dumping this one down, it'll be recovered as there is an empty net. 6 attackers out for Chicago Catholic and an empty net to shoot at for Scholastic. Playing it back in his own zone and stripped away. And just off sides are the SHL. Otherwise, it would have been a pretty good look there at the empty net. But instead, it'll go out to neutral ice, and they'll put the goalie back.
Well, I got to give credit where credit's due. After a couple of dicey icings, the officials, all-star game of themselves.
Right.
2 good calls. There was an offside. Netminder comes back for just a moment as surely they'll pull him again with 3.5 left.
Guys, if you're interested in such things, Brendan Hennigan and Tiernan Ryan on Hat Trick Watch. That's what we got to watch here in the last 3:15.
Well, there is an empty net. Here's a quick shot and a save made by Raderman. He puts his arms in the air after that one. Now back up high. Here's a shot tipped, and it goes high into the protective netting. And this is a hockey game after all. Both teams have 1 timeout to burn. Wonder if we're going to see that come into play as well.
You get a good look here on the replay. Raderman showing a little bit of that personality. Not the first time we've seen a netminder show their weird side, as the goaltenders tend to get that reputation. Puts his arms up mid-play. Not sure he'd do that in the regular season, but it is the All-Star game. We're having fun. He'll do it today.
Now this pass out to neutral ice and a chance towards the empty net. Hits the bullseye. It is Thomas Santinello of Lake Forest getting on the scoreboard, and the SHL leads 7-3.
That will surely be the dagger, the empty net. They don't come much easier than that. 7-3 is your score. The SHL, don't let the score fool you, though. It's certainly not the 6-2 rout of last year.
No.
A lot closer than it may have seemed. But it'll be the SHL surely getting the better of the CCHL this year.
So Lake Forest becomes the 6th SHL team with a representative scoring a goal in this game, the others being Glenbrook South, Loyola Gold, and New Trier Green. Brennan Hennigan of New Trier has 2. Aiden Nolan has another, so they have accounted for 3 of the 7 goals. Charlie Bain and Liam Finnegan have 1 apiece for Loyola, Zach Freemuth for Glenbrook South, and now, of course, Thomas Santinello for the Lake Forest Scouts. 2:11 to go in the third. Deacon Rose now back down below the goal line. Thought I'd take a second here on the broadcast to point out that when the buzzer sounds on this All-Star game, the festivities are not over. If anyone here in the rink has a ticket to this game, they also have a ticket to the Chicago Wolves game, where during the intermissions we will see the All-Star Skills Competition. I believe there is a fastest skater competition and a breakaway challenge. Ooh. And unfortunately, we will not have those for you on YouTube, but if you follow the SHL Network on Instagram, we'll be going live on that page for the skills competition during the intermissions of tonight's Wolves game. So make sure you have your Instagram notifications turned on to see when we are going live for the skills competition.
And Dylan, I'm impressed we got through the broadcast. We got to give a head nod to the GBS black jerseys for winning the big SHL jersey competition here over break.
Yes, that's true. I counted up all the teams' jerseys. I came to a total of 35 jerseys in the league worn by the 11 different teams, and they were all placed into a bracket, seeded by votes, and voted upon head-to-head and everything. And it was the Glenbrook South Black and the York Black in the championship round. And Glenbrook South, after 2,500 votes as this one goes off the crossbar, another shot, and what a save made by Raderman to keep his 0 on the board. It was a 4-vote difference, guys, after 2,500 votes. Here's another shot. That one blocked.
It's really remarkable. By the way, Tiernan Ryan just could not believe he just got that hat trick denied.
He'll try again with the wraparound, scores! And with 12 to go, Tiernan Ryan makes it a hat trick.
I guess all he needed was me calling him out for it.
So it's 7-4.
So just to recap, Tiernan Ryan gets his hat trick courtesy of Max. The shutout is broken because of you. Just announcer jinxes. Yeah. Everybody's on their toes today.
I feel better about mine than I'm sure Dylan does about his.
Yeah, Max, we got to find something to blame Rudy on now.
I don't know. That tie looks too sharp. It's hard to insult a man that looks that good in a suit.
Yeah,
I know.
Nice.
During the interview, I was getting a little worried. Should have been on full display.
So for the second consecutive year over winter break in this new tradition, the SHL wins the All-Star game here at Allstate Arena by a final score of 7-4 as the gray and black sweaters come off the bench and celebrate in a huddle.
Well, stick around, folks, because our very own Max Anderson will be presenting the trophy. Max, is that what I'm hearing through the grapevine?
That's what the president asked me to do, and when the president asks you to do something, you do it. So I suppose I will be presenting the old wooden skates trophy.
How about that? Brand new trophy given to the winning team of the CCHL versus SHL All-Star game. A really great new tradition. As Max, you heard in the interview, talked to Tim Weaver of the Wolves about this partnership with high school hockey and the Chicago Wolves. And I think this All-Star game is something that's been in the works for quite a few years now, and the teams will shake hands at center ice. And we said it all broadcast long, 7-4. Don't let that tell you the story. There's an empty net goal there. This game was tied going into the third period, and definitely a better performance to keep pace by the CCHL than we saw last season.
Absolutely. The gap between these two leagues is not far off at all. But you know what? At the end of the day, after the buzzer sounds and the scores and handshakes are completed, just an overall fantastic event here from both leagues to make this happen. We're going to get a little bit of a, seems like some handshakes, some camaraderie here after the handshakes. Just everybody saying hi. You love to see this. The future of Illinois high school hockey on full display. It's fantastic.
Well, you've already got coaches and players sitting on the same bench as people that they know from other teams. Why not give the guys on the other team a couple handshakes and hellos as well? As we will now send it down to Max Anderson as he is standing by with Trevian, Brendan Hennigan.
Thank you, Dylan. Brendan, you got 2 goals in tonight's game. SHL comes out on top once again. What was it like out there today?
It was a ton of fun playing with my teammate Nolan and Liam Finnegan of Loyola. We did a great job, and everyone was buzzing. We all had a goal. It was a ton of fun.
Trevian's all over the goal sheet, including your netminder got an assist. I'm sure you're going to hear about that in the locker room.
Yeah, I know. It was awesome. Great play by Drew. Great period played. Yeah, he did a great job.
Fun way to check in here in the middle of the season in order to have this all-star game. You turn the page here after tonight. You guys are #1 in the state, coming off a state championship. How do you bring it home at the end of the year?
We just got to all buy in as a team, get together, work hard every game, and just no days off. That's how we'll do it again.
Thanks, Brendan. Go take a picture with the team. Guys?
Yeah, I was going to say make sure he gets in that picture as Team SHL poses with the old wooden skates trophy. And, of course, they go ahead and take the picture on that side. So our broadcast just looking at the jersey numbers on the back, but we'll make sure that picture gets posted to the SHL Network's Instagram page as Team S comes out on top here this time in 2024.
Yeah, and we've said it so many times. This game was so close, the talent on full display. Some great saves made between the posts and a lot of great finishes. We even saw almost nearly an entire line of Trevians as they gather right here to our right by the blue line. Just great stuff all around. Miraculous just performance from everyone. Max, I mean, you're right next. You should just get in the picture, my friend.
I might have to photobomb here.
They are taking a group photo now with the players of both teams and the old wooden skates trophy. And like we said, Max is going to photobomb. But that is just about going to do it for our broadcast. We hope you enjoyed the carousel of play-by-play announcers. It was Max Anderson in the first period, Rudy Hodgson in the second period, and myself here in the third period. Dylan Ward saying, thank you so much for spending your Friday afternoon with us on the camera. It was Butch Connolly and Matthew Freeman. Jimmy the Wiz Olsen queuing up replays and setting up graphics and everything like that, making sure this broadcast gets to your screens as the teams pose at center ice. We will sign off saying see you next time on the SHL Network. Back to competitive hockey here shortly, and Happy New Year to the best high school hockey fans in the state.